Alright, here we go, guys. Back in it. It looks like whatever Ari had transferred over to me. So I was having a real bad time right there. Something happening out into cyberspace took me out of the game as well. But we're back into the action. Not a whole lot missed. Looks like all the towers still intact. No major objectives off the map. But yeah, it's weird. Whatever Ari had, I caught that too. I guess maybe sleeping. I'm not sure what it was exactly, but anyway. Again, Team Crimson still they don't have much of a lead at all anymore. I mean, he's still got that 50 CS lead. Charmed up here by Siraxo. Not much going to happen into it. Valkron here jumping deep into 3 members here of the Burrito Boys. That Shenton is there. He did not realize that was happening, but it doesn't matter. The Sonic Wave was there in place. He found himself on top of Siraxo. And that's going to be one dead jungler. Another Sonic Wave in the middle of the headbutt. It's going to be pulverized in the headbutt. Push back in the Ignite. Not quite enough. Rain, though, he thought he might have the moves to take him out, but he does not. Knight of the Zed has his number. Meanwhile, Rose taking a whole lot of stones in the background. Zeltrick sending him back to the Stone Age. He's going to be taken out in the mid lane. 3 members now down. Knight of the Zed and Zeltrick flashing back over. Practice, the next one to flash. This might be a test to see who can use all their summoner spells first. Team Crimson looks like they're going to win out on that. Also win out on the tier 2 tower. The pressure is there. All 5 members looking to take down the first inhibitor tower of the game. And they will. Last of the members of the Burrito Boys are getting up. A little too risky here to take out the inhibitor tower, but Bad Comedy does not matter. I cannot tell him the odds. He's going to get up just fine. It's a pretty tanky boy right now. Full armor over a mostly fed armor-fed team. Rain, though, still trying to use his ultimate to get back into the enemy lines, but not doing it very well. Taunted up. Bad Comedy just barely misses out on the taunt of Rose. Meanwhile, her support is going to fall anyway. Zeltrick right now on fire with that triple kill. Siraxo, though, just going to throw a cheeky little ultimate execute on a Knight of the Zed. Ruin his scoreline now. 6-1-5. Been tearing it up this game as far as team fights are concerned. Siraxo, though, just looking to be a little bit of annoyance, kind of stop the pressure there. Really not much more you can get other than an inhibitor on that push. But not much more than an inhibitor. That's a pretty big objective 24 minutes into the game. Base now wide open from the Burrito Boys. The pressure in the top and the bottom part of the lane. Going to give them a free dragon. Head back to base. Huge item spikes income all around the board. More likely to see that 4-mail finally finish from Bad Comedy. Big item spike on Xayah. Went from a Zeal item to a Runans and a BF sword. And Lulu coming in hot. Some hard support items. Interesting enough, picked up the Chalice in order to try and keep Zeltrick even more safe, or even Zed. So it's had a little bit of trouble in some of these engages, getting a little caught out. It's been Rain's primary target. Still, though, Valkron turned the early game around a little bit. The Sonic Waves have been on point the last of the game, sending him into the back lines, zeroing out those squishy champions that they need. Keeping map pressure going. Map pressure here, now onto the Baron. Look at that half HP, and no one from the side of the Burrito Boys has responded. Spoke too soon. Siraxo spawns just 1 second too late. He gets seen out from the Pixies. Glitterland slowed up. Gonna have to use the ultimate out of there in order to stay alive. Meanwhile, Rain trying to get the poke bound, but he does not the one to have it. Sonic Wave is there. The Dragon's Rage back into the team. And that's gonna be the Pix. taking out Axo. 4 members out into the face of 5. We got empowered super minions moving into the side of the Burrito Boys. This might be the play to end the game. Lots of damage down onto Senor Burrito as he has to get ultimate back into his team. Kept safe by Rose. You all get bad comedy, all the while keeping that minion pressure going. That's going to give him the second inhibitor of the game. This is looking all but over for the Burrito Boys. Baron buff's down. We have one more tower was dropped in that engage. 1 inhibitor, 1 kill. A little bit of a coin purse to head back right now as the majority of Team Crimson heads back to base. As far as signs of life for the Burrito Boys, you got to remember we're coming off of a 5-minute head start that Knight of the Zed had. So with all the domination he has, that is mostly off of that. There it is. The Shen ultimate started. The Dragon's Rage kicked just a little bit too far. Dragon's Rage keeps raining a little bit of safety. Doesn't matter though. Still got the turret right here. 5 members pushing. Team Crimson, they know what's up as far as keeping the map pressure going, staying together as a cohesive unit, and really moving around the map for these objectives. The Burrito Boys, they have no way to respond to this. They just don't know what to do. Senior Burrito, though, he thinks he knows it. Jumping in the backline, the headbutt pulverize started. Stunned down on a Knight of the Zed. He's got to flash out of it. But Senior Burrito, he is not quite tanky enough. The damage is there. Taunt onto Rain. The damage finished off by bad comedy. 2 members dropped from the Burrito Boys. And that's all they need. Because the rest of these super minions are going to move into the base. And this is all but GG. First game of the Scouting Grounds. Going over largely for DC. A very unfortunate start here. But maybe Rain and me can figure out what to do about our ISP issues. Game 2 will be a little bit better for them. GG. As Team Crimson here picks up the first game of day 1 of the Infinite Gaming Scouting Grounds. Don't go anywhere, guys. We're going to be back in just a few minutes as we queue up for game number 2. Alrighty, guys, here we go. Getting into game number 2. This is going to be Team Crimson again against the Burrito Boys. Coming back with a full 5 squad now. Rain's got everything sorted out. But we got a little bit of a roster swap coming in for the Burrito Boys. Senor Burrito heading up into the top lane. He is going to take the place of... Let's see, who was in their top lane before? I got to remember these names that I just saw for the first time. Yep, not happening. Anyway, so Team Burrito's taking the place of the guy that was there before. Looking to see if they can make a little bit more impactful top lane. Might see a little change up here in champion picks, a little bit of different masteries going around. Team Crimson, though, they got the same band so far in their sights. Kha'Zix, the first one taken out of the game. They're worried about that backline deletion that could come in out of the jungle insect. Insect, not to be confused with Insec, like Valkron was trying to play last game. Had a few clutch Dragon's Rage toward the end of the game. Was able to push some key members back into his own team in order to take them out. Might see Valkron on maybe something a little less skill shot oriented this game. Who knows? Just a small slight to him. I'm sure he's a good sport. Bane taking out Ornn as well as LeBlanc. They're just really worried about those really assassin-oriented champions. They really don't want anything squishy in the backline taken out 100-0 by anything that the Burrito Boys can throw out of them. First pick, though, in the sights of Senor Burrito. He's going to go on the Shen. They're going to take it away from Bad Comedy this game. Just did too well last game. Now maybe you guys can actually see what I'm talking about, not just hear my beautiful voice sound it all out. Nonetheless, though, Sejuani Gangplank, next one picked up for the side of Team Crimson. Looking to really take that late game advantage, get the kind of impenetrable tank that is Sejuani. All kinds of CC stacking and flail smacking. As Lady on the board is going to dive through the jungle. Valkron on the tank champion this game. Not so much on the carry. Saraxo sticking to what works. Moving again onto the Evelynn. Sticking to what works. It didn't work for him last game, however. But he did get some pretty decent plays. The charms were on point, and he made those great flank plays. You can remember back the last couple minutes into the game, he was able to move behind Team Crimson and kind of take out a last-minute assassination. Didn't really help him out all that much, but showed that he knows what he's doing. They're on that sultry seductress that is Evelynn. Vladimir picked, banned last game, but is now taken away. Bad Comedy. We're going to see what he can actually do on this champion. Maybe. I mean, there is the Gangplank locked in, so it can go either way. Bad Comedy or Knight of the Zed could be on the Vladimir. But honestly, the Gangplank is just really good up in the top lane. I could really see Gangplank going into the Shen. Going to be overall a tough matchup, but he's got those oranges and K against any sort of taunts that our Burrito guy can throw out at him. See if he can get that in time this game. Xayah and Malzahar banned out this game. Zoltrek was really just tearing it up last game on the Xayah. They really don't want to see that one again. Talia, the Team Crimson do not want to see that one again. Even though they're the one that had it last game. Just kind of afraid of what maybe he could throw his lane opponent in Rain. Can kind of learn from what he did last game and pull out any of those same tricks. That's going to get taken off the board. Ezreal, the last one taken out for the side of the Burrito Boys. Looking to keep those 80 carry picks low, but there's still quite a bit to choose from. Most notably, Tristana still left in the game. Kind of the last high-impact late-game jungler for them, or excuse me, 80 carry for them to pull out. Could see that picked up. Oh, Tristana's already picked. Excuse me. Kalista and, yes, Kog'Maw were still open. Completely missed that one. There we are. Kog'Maw's locked in. Cassiopeia for Rain. Looking to keep that action moving. Slytherin on in the mid lane is Rain. Last pick is the supports for both teams. The support lane left fairly untouched with the exception of the Lulu taken away that was on the side of Team Crimson last game. We know that Practice can play that one fairly competently, but they do not want to see that one this game. Instead, we're going to keep that protection alive. Janna, an easy pickup right there. Really the Janna, Karma, anything like that to keep the Kog'Maw alive, they're going to want to do that. But Zyra might be the one they take up. I don't know, the extra engage might prove helpful, but really, I mean, you got everything you need with the front line Sejuani. You have Bad Comedy. He's throwing up the barrels sort of in his own team and then in the enemy's team. It'll do the damage kind of in front of and behind, so it's almost like an all-around damage carry. No worries. Team lineups now on your screen. The Burrito Boys locking in. Senor Burrito making a move up into the top lane. He's going to try to dominate as hard as Bad Comedy did here on the Shen. Saraxo again on Evelynn. Trying to move away on the jungle. Rain on Cassiopeia. Rose and Creasy. He is our odd one out. The next one in the game here. And on the side of Team Crimson, Bad Comedy coming on Gangplank Valkyrin on the Sejuani. Knight of the Zed on Vladimir. Zeltrick on Cog and Practice coming in on the Janna. So we'll see if they can actually play the Protect the Kog'Maw well. Kind of have that mid-range, kind of tanky bruiser, AP heavy team for Team Crimson matching up into the Burrito Boys. All about that late game team fight. Tons of sustained damage. Cassiopeia and Tristana. Not exactly the most burst to come out of them, but nevertheless, they really have an all-around, well-rounded team comp. It's all around and it's well-rounded. That's how rounded it is. Both teams really have a clear win condition in their sights. They're ready to take that up here into this next game. And we'll see if they can actually do it as we get back to this rematch. Game 2, the Burrito Boys, Team Crimson, don't go anywhere. This is Infinite Gaming, Scouting Grounds, last game of the day. So again, it should be a good one. You guys hear those sounds? That is everybody loading into game. Game number 2, the rematch of the century. Not quite that hype. We'll dial it down a little bit. The rematch of the night is the Burrito Boys versus Team Crimson. Gonna see what they can actually pull out here. In game number 2, Rain figured out how to reset a router. Coming back into the game before 5 minutes. No longer giving away that 50 CS advantage he sees in solo queue. We can take it up to the next level and rank up his scouting grounds presence. See if I can actually come away with that in this one. Going up against the Vladimir. Should be an interesting matchup. Really heavily positioning based. If they can play that out well enough, he'll come out ahead. If not, he'll lose. I guess that's kind of how the game works, right? Either you win or you lose. Who'da thunk, right? Fairly standard startups on both sides of the match. Sir Axo going to go for the red buff, and Valkron going to take his blue. You might see an early invade this game. Sir Axo kind of took advantage of that. Excuse me, Valkron took advantage of it last game with his mid laner being AFK. We'll see if he keeps the same amount of ballsiness now that he's going against a full 5-member team. Man, I don't think I've seen that Gangplank skin before. That's looking real nice. Already the trades going back and forth on both ends of the map. Bad Comedy. He is in his element up here. Looking to go against the challenger, Senor Burrito. Trying to see how well-rounded this guy is. But already we're seeing the other matchup down in the bottom lane. Creasy take a little bit of poke from Ajana. Not exactly what you want to see, but Bad Comedy. Barrels are on point. Keeping that trade damage in his favor. You really want to keep the Shen as low as possible in the early game to kind of take out any sort of cross-map teleports that he might have. They could really turn the tide of really any of these lanes. Sir Axo, though, starting to move here into the top lane. Taunt is down. Charm is almost in their sights. There it is. Misses it. Does not find the auto attack and actually wears off. Sir Axo, though, about to be stunned up, taken out. Valkron in the right place at the right time. First kill of the game going over to Team Crimson. Very well played. Jeez, Knight of the Zed. Vladimir. The damage. Already tied back. The tide of blood. Moving back. Bad Comedy there. Got that first assist. That extra gold you do not want to see on this guy that's already going to be ahead in gold. Taunt missing out from Senor Burrito. Not quite clean. Going to this face of Bad Comedy. He's going to be looking to head back to base here, though, fairly soon. Right before he pops a Corrupting Potion. Might make me a liar. Nevertheless, standard CSing in the bot lane. Not to mention the Relic Shield, again, starts from both of these AD carries. Keeping in the meta. The overheal meta is so dank right now. It's the hottest thing since Shyvana's knees in League of Legends. Valkron, though, moving in the bot lane. Rose and Kreezer are both pushed in pretty far. He's going to get spotted out, though, by that ward. Sent back into the jungle. Already keeping quite a bit of pressure in the lanes. Doing a great job of that this game. Rainier doing a good job of trying to trade the damage back, keeping them fairly even. When you have Vladimir primarily focused on getting his HP back constantly, the fact that you can even stay even in HP is certainly a feat. Doing pretty well in. Already headed back to base 1, so that's kind of the reason why we're about one wave down in CS. Valkron, though, he's found his way here into the bottom lane, looking to find the stun on the Kreezy. There it is. Already landed up. Flash is out. Heal is there. Looking to find the flash. Double flash coming in. That's going to give one dead AD carry. Kill going over to practice. Very unfortunate we couldn't get that early game gold onto Zeltrick, but that's okay. The assist is enough. Will still scale. One thing to note a little about these item builds right now. Hold on, maybe afterwards we get this engage going through. Senior Burrito trading back quite a bit of damage, but Bad Comedy, he is no stranger to the top lane. And traded even more back. Siraxo in the mid lane, waiting for the charm, but gonna get Pool of Blood out of. Traded quite a bit of damage back onto the enemy team's jungler. Already we've had about the first round of buys. I've seen the item purchases from pretty much everyone on the side of the boys here. And Siraxo is looking to turn that into some lane pressure. Meanwhile, she's falling behind in this farm game. See if Valkron, he's been pretty dominant so far, showing up into the top and bottom side of the map this game. Speaking of top of the map, not to mention Bad Comedy, keeping up a substantial CS lead. Really, he's keeping the pressure up. We're seeing those parlays as well as the barrels just really be on point. Interesting that he took the extra tower damage mastery. Really could have went a different way. Meanwhile, Practice here roaming up from the bottom lane, looking to come behind Rain here. May not find it. Maybe he does. The ultimate going to get dropped, but the slow is still there. Ultimate is on there for Knight of the Zed, but he decides not to use it. He's worried because Rain still has his own flash. And Knight of the Zed would have had to flash to kind of get a full combo off with his Ignite. Overall, gank thwarted. Extra XP going over to Zeltrick as he stays healthy underneath his own turret. Senior Burrito still trying to figure out the trajectory of that Shen taunt. Overall, fairly even matchups here across the board. A little bit, of course, the gold lead is going into the favor of Team Crimson. But the jungle pressure right now also in their favor. Valkron trying to move in the lane, but that is a really far back Tristana. Rocket jump just in time, and she will stay safe. And we'll see if maybe eventually Senior Burrito will get some sort of jungle help. He has had quite a bit of trouble here up in the top lane, going up against Bad Comedy. There goes the flash. The ultimate's not quite there. There's 2 flashes burned from the side of Team Crimson for only 1 flash on Rain. Barely any damage done. Valkron, though, he is just all over the map, tearing this up with pressure. Speaking of pressure, Axo down here waiting for the charm. There it is, charmed up. Gangplank ultimate, not enough. The Shen taunt, though, comes in just in time to not save Breezy. Zeltrick going to return with a kill. Overall, I'm going to call that worth. 2 ultimates burned, but Gangplank, he's still got the pressure up there in the top lane. Burrito's gotten his shit pushed in. He does not have the teleport to come back. He's going to have to walk his way back up to the turret, miss out on even more CS. That tower crumbles. Bad Comedy looking to make second back of the game. Hopefully some really impactful items here. We'll see what Valkron can do next, though. Find Siraxo again in the jungle, trying to make him tank most of the wolves here as he moves in. The aftershock damage is there. Rain finally coming in to help out his jungler. See if Burrito can find him in time. Valkron looking to make the marathon run. The slow is coming in. He's just going to donate it over to Burrito. He knows that he's pretty much found out. He takes assist away from Siraxo. Kind of, I guess, the best you could do in that situation. He really tried to time it out so Rain wouldn't get in on that one either, but there's only so much you can do when they're staying in your face like that. The item matchup here in the bottom lane really heavily on the boys' favor. With pickaxe as well as the BF sword picked up on Tristana. She has certain advantage when it comes to this kind of early game poke game. She's going to throw the bombs on him, give that extra attack speed, get out with the damage. Senor Burrito lured in with a false sense of security that this red buff has given him. A bad comedy though. That's what's up. That's a shame. Saraxo tried to find something in the top lane but didn't quite see it. Spotted out with the vision ward. Now he knows what's up. Bad comedy moved away from that ever so decisively. Kind of showed his hand there. Doesn't matter though. Even with jungle pressure, Bad Comedy's got a 40 CS lead. He knows what's the deal. Valkron going to clear a little bit of wards on his way down. Should make for the next gank to be extra spicy. Meanwhile, here in the mid lane, just constantly trading back and forth. Rain trying to keep the poison. The Noxious Blast, excuse me. Trying to keep the poison down on a Knight of the Zed. Keep those trades alive. We're on the top lane. Even with the red buff, getting that passive healing out on a Senor Burrito, he still cannot keep a healthy HP bar. Speaking of healthy HP bar, that's Zeltrak. He is just one buster shot away from dying. But they don't find it. Flashes away just in time. The stopwatch working out well for him. The charm, though, looking to come in from Bad Comedy, immediately removed along with that scurvy. And Bad Comedy is going to walk his way right back to his turret. Not before trading back quite a bit of pressure. Valkron, he's going to stop Rose right in his tracks. The stun is there. The Shen taunt just in time, but he walks back into the Arcane Barrage. Just like Rose, he's going to walk right back into that Gangplank Barrage. Double kill coming out for Team Crimson. Those ultimates were on point for the bottom lane and top laner. Again, Senor Burrito struggling in this game, trying to find the right teleport, the right ultimate to really turn the tide of this game. So for the only tide that's turning is this Ocean Dragon. Trying to get that gank off onto Knight of the Zed. Instead, you are the one being ganked. Flashes in, ultimate into the Ignite, takes out Creasy. And Rain there trying to get that cheeky stun underneath the turret, but doesn't find it in time. Turned away. Taken out. Valkron with a deep engage. This game is all but theirs right now. They are really just controlling the map, moving around in almost every single lane, and absolutely dominating. Really feels bad, man. It just feels bad watching Burrito have such a bad time. He's just walking around him like it's nothing. Speaking of walking around him, Knight of the Zed's going to have to find some way to walk around this. Meanwhile, all that damage coming back and the Proto Belt returned. Knight of the Zed coming back with that return kill. So dominant right now. The junglers can't even do anything. Still can't trade into a Cassiopeia, though. It's got to kind of bob and weave on that one. Man, Saraxo feels real bad to be him right now. He's really all damage, no substance. When you're going into these bruiser-heavy comp, there's not a whole lot you can do. Meanwhile, Bad Comedy has kind of been the name of his game right now. Sit in top lane and eat pistol shots. Extra movement speed, not enough to get the empowered Devour onto the blind there. Jungle pressure though, Valkron looking to make some moves here in the top lane, but Saraxo's not far away. It is pinged out. Taunted up onto him. The Sejuani ult, all they need. Bad Comedy. He's going to eat that one up for his second kill of the game. 2-0-3 scoreboard, looking clean here in the rematch between the Burrito Boys and Team Crimson. Saraxo, not much he could do other than just farm Gromp. He really just has to watch this tower fall. They need to find somewhere else on the map to keep this pressure going. Rain here has got some breathing room in the mid lane. Might see him head down in the bottom as they are pushed in. Maybe not though, he's still got a full wave of creeps to eat up. Bite down onto you with those snake fangs. We're looking at about 15 minutes in the game as far as item setups go and power spikes. Largely in the favor of Team Crimson. Trinity Force already picked up by Gangplank. The Proto Belt and the Haunting Guise onto Knight of the Zed is going to make him a very healthy as well as powerful mid lane Vladimir. You can see just zeroing out the minions here like it's nothing. You know, interesting buy here from Rain, picking up the Morellonomicon as well as the Tear of the Goddess. Double mana regen items. Trying to make sure his mana is constantly full. But if your mana is constantly full and you're not doing any damage, kind of where's the help in that? Valkron, though, coming in hot here in the mid lane. He's seen out, though. 3 members. Practice. They might try to take out this turret. For Rain, he's got quite a bit of wave clear. Valkron, though, he's got the ultimate. Waiting for it to go in. Instantly cleansed out. Rain knew that was coming right there. Quick reaction speed on a summoner spell was very well played right there. Meanwhile, Tristana left alone in the bottom lane. Rose takes out the first turret of the game for the Burrito Boys. Meanwhile, disaster is happening here in the mid lane. Senor Burrito finds his taunt on 2 members, but takes way too much damage back, and the next taunt would mean his death. Meanwhile, a little bit of BM spam here. Bad comment, a little bit of a misplay. For the next full minion wave, ultimate is still sitting on the side of Knight of the Zed. Could see that Hemo Plague dropped. Just waiting for those members to move into place. He was thinking about Rose, but not thinking hard enough. 4 members here. Speed boosted up. Damage is down. The Gangplank, the pool, the Cassiopeia ult stuns no one. The health comes back. The Gangplank parlay is there. Greasy, the first one to drop in this engage. Senor Burrito, he's back with a full HP bar, but is not there in time to save his 80 carry. And Bad Comedy just kind of slithers his way in the back line, doing his best Cassiopeia impression, and takes out the enemy team 80 carry. Slowed down, parlayed up. Knight of the Zed finds Cassiopeia. The empowered Q plus the E damage just looking super clean in this game right now. Game number 2. Team Crimson looking even more dominant than in their first game. Knight of the Zed says he doesn't need a 50 CS advantage. He can win this out even in an even game. But mind you, this is still a swapping roster from the side of the Burrito Boys. Having him work with different top laner, different support. Synergy's different all around. Almost like a solo queue game, whereas these guys have a full game of practice with each other. And I'm just saying, you know, directly contributing to all the teamwork here. Ocean Drake, the next one on the board. Valkron is in place to pick it up. Second dragon of the game, taken at about 18 minutes. Pretty good here on our dragon timers. Three members here from Team Crimson trying to move into the bot lane. Crazy and Powered Q trying to take out Practice, but here comes Sir Axel waiting to get the charm on him, but Tornado stops that out. Everyone's here. Senor Burrito teleporting in, trying to get this down. The flash, the taunt, going right onto Zeltrak, but the counter engage from the side. Wow, deletion. Knight of the Zed moves in for that triple kill, absolutely deleting almost all of the Burrito Boys. Now we have the battle, and they're just gonna go ahead and let Valkron solo out Rain with the Janna kill for the disrespect. That's a full team ace. Bad Comedy wasn't even there, just lent his ultimate to that team fight. Wow. Wow. Absolutely dominant right now. 20 minutes into the game, and they are knocking on the doors of the Burrito Boys base. First inhibitor surely to fall as the members are already respawning. Still pretty early game, so those respawn timers are pretty quick. Still staying in it though. Zed, a incredibly tanky boy, and still able to trade back quite a bit of damage. Meanwhile, Bad Comedy trying to keep the pressure, maybe grab the second inhibitor tower of the game. He does not. Not enough minions, not enough damage. Gonna use those barrels for a little bit of extra movement speed to make a clean getaway. As now we have a whole lot of gold sitting in the coin purses of Team Crimson. Baron should be the next call on the map. You have that pressure down the bottom lane. The super minions are going to be there. If they don't check it, they're going to lose a Nexus tower. All the while, Bad Comedy, he was the one, regardless of all the cash he's sitting on, he wants those. He wants the early game objectives. He gets them. Saraxo, though, just going to cry. Curl up in a ball and cry. Couldn't quite catch him out. Not much else he can do, honestly. Valkyrie spots that one out. Even with the ult, you can still smite while ulted, so regardless of the CC there, taunt going down onto the support. Not enough damage to take him down, and now the GG surrender in game number 2. Just too dominant. Do not want to tank this spanking anymore. And the Burrito Boys leave with their heads held high. Game number 2 of the Infinite Gaming Scouting Grounds going over Team Crimson. Have a decisive series victory for the day. Yeah, well played, guys. And there it is. Thanks everybody for tuning in and watching our first day of the Scouting Grounds. We got to see two fantastic teams go head to head between some technical difficulties, both on the production as well as on Rain's side. It kind of made it left some room for improvement all around. That's why we got more days of the Scouting Grounds ahead. No interview. Is that what we do here? Do we do interviews? I don't know. I'm new here. I'm a new guy. If somebody wants an interview, we'll pull them in. I'm okay with that. What do you guys think? We'll poll the audience. Alright, looks like crickets all around. Well, there we go, guys. That is the end of our stream. Day 1 of the Infinite Gaming Scouting Grounds comes to a close. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Thanks for all the players for coming out and showing off their skills. Hang out around the Discord. Keep up with the news on when the next Scouting Grounds is going to happen. Make sure to check out our sponsors over at Origin PC, Cinch Gaming, as well as Amazon. Keep it live. Follow the Twitch channel and come on back next time. Be with us. Infinite Gaming. Thanks again, guys. Take care. Not Shambles and Tier 2 turret to fall. It doesn't quite happen yet. Oh wow, lag? Hello? Not quite popped the Unbreakable yet. But Valkyrie, he's gonna pop Rose. Jumping right into the back line, takes out the enemy team's AD carry, and is going to allow for that Tier 2 turret to fall. It doesn't quite happen yet. Oh wow, lag?